Let's get started with our Home for the Holidays healing visualization. Let's begin by finding a comfortable place to sit. You can sit in a chair, upright, or lay down, whatever is going to be most comfortable to you. Okay, let's start with closing your eyes. And once you feel comfortable, begin to take a deep breath in and out. Another breath in and out. And one last breath in and out. Okay, now that we feel a little calmer, let's start the visualization. I want you to think about one feeling that you feel when you think about going home for the holidays. Or maybe it's a feeling that you get when you actually see somebody in your family. Just really think about that feeling and how it feels. This might be anger, it might be anxiety, just whatever first comes to your mind. And let's just sit with that for a minute. Now, I want you to imagine you as the youngest version of yourself at a time where you can remember feeling that same emotion. I want you to picture what you looked like, picture what you were wearing, what your hair looked like, what your voice sounded like, and also what room or home or situation that you're picturing yourself stand in. Just think about what all of that looks like. Now imagine that young version of yourself and imagine them feeling that emotion that you felt when you were that age. And the emotion that we discussed earlier, just imagine that young version of you taking on that emotion. Now, we're going to imagine the now version of ourselves, and you're going to walk into that room or situation that you're currently picturing the younger version of yourself being in. And the older and younger version of yourself are going to meet. They're going to say hi to each other. And that now version of yourself is starting to pick up on the fact that that younger version of yourself is holding on to that emotion. And you're going to pat them on the back or hug them or comfort them in whatever way that your younger self would have liked to be comforted when they were in that situation. And then you're going to start to tell them some things that you would have liked to have heard when you were younger, holding on to those emotions and feelings. You're going to say things like, it's okay to feel what you're feeling. You won't have to feel like this forever. One day, you're going to grow up and you're going to get to build the life that you want to. You won't have to feel this way anymore unless you choose to. You will have a choice. It will all get better for you. Now, after comforting and saying those things to your younger self, you're going to then let that younger version of yourself cry or release that emotion however they need to. Maybe they need to yell at you about it for a minute and just get it out. However they need to get it out, just let them know that it's okay and Just let them do whatever they need to do. So after comforting and letting that younger version of yourself just get that energy out, you can personally, right now, just start to feel that negative energy that we thought about at the beginning. Just let go a little bit. And it's okay to feel a little bit emotional as you let that release. And as you feel the release of that emotion, let's just take a deep breath in and breathe out all the negative that you're feeling, just leaving your body. And breathe in again. And breathe out. And one more time, in and out. Now, you want to turn to that tiny version of yourself and let them know that you're always there for them when they need you. And I want you to imagine the now version of yourself leaving the tiny version of yourself, leaving the room or situation, whatever you were picturing that you guys were in. And just know that you've left them better off than they were before, and you've comforted them, and you've given them hope for the future. Now that you feel lighter, like an energy has lifted, picture the now version of yourself in a normal situation that you're usually in every day. Now, think about going home again. Does it make you feel a little lighter, knowing that the younger version of yourself was able to release some of that historical emotion? Knowing that the now version of yourself is there for your younger self whenever they need you. While still picturing your now self going home for the holidays, you can feel good knowing that things will still be the same as they always have been, but you don't have to carry that stored emotion anymore. You can feel positive knowing whatever happens will be a new, fresh emotion, and you're in control of whatever it is. You can feel anything that you want to feel when you go home for the holidays. You're no longer holding onto that historical emotion. You will no longer be influenced by anyone else's behaviors. This is the new version of yourself. You have a great life now, and you know it. Okay, that was the end of the visualization. Now, if you want to hold on and really feel some of that energy that you released and, keep that lightness going on, we can journal, maybe even type a note out on the computer, or even make like a voice memo to just talk a little about the emotion that we released during this visualization and how we felt afterwards. It's going to really remind us about what we just did, and so we have something to go off of, and we have a behavior and feeling that we're remembering, our brain is remembering, for when we actually go home for the holidays and we're put right back in the same situation again. So I hope that was valuable for you, and thank you so much for listening.